This place was like a whole other vibe. And they also had public toilets, which is good. I love weird books. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Risha and this channel is for the love of classics. I recently went to the city of Cambridge. I obviously wanted to visit all the famous bookshops there, and so I made a list of 4 famous bookshops which I wanted to visit. I ended up visiting all 4 of them. They were all very unique, amazing bookshops, and I would like to recommend those 4 bookshops to you guys if you end up visiting Cambridge at any time. If you do not plan on visiting Cambridge anytime, then you can just come along with me as I explore these amazing bookshops. So book shopping in Cambridge is a wonderful experience. The whole city is very rich in history, is academic and very bookish. So obviously the bookshops there were amazing as well. So the first bookshop which I wanted to visit was one of the biggest bookshops in Cambridge, and it was obviously the Waterstones in Cambridge. So Waterstones is a chain of bookstores in the UK. Every branch of Waterstones is very unique, and the one in Cambridge was also very unique and different. It was more than 3 stories big and also had a cafe where you can grab a coffee and sit down with some books. I literally spent hours browsing through books there because it was such a fascinating experience, such a wide range of fiction, non-fiction, any and every kind of book you can ask for. The bookstore had a very unique interior. There was a selection of books from Pakistan as well, which I was so glad to see because they are such a rare thing to find in the UK. And they also had public toilets, which if you're traveling, you really need to know where the public toilets are, and it's always a good thing if a bookshop has them. So the second bookshop which I visited in Cambridge was the Haunted Bookshop. No, it's not actually a haunted bookshop. It's called the Haunted Bookshop because it's based on Christopher Morley's novel, The Haunted Bookshop. I obviously didn't know any of the history when I went there, but since then I've been searching up as to why it was named The Haunted Bookshop. So Christopher Morley wrote a book in 1919 which was called The Haunted Bookshop. It's like a mystery book about a crime in the bookshop, I think. I haven't read the book, but that is what inspired the name of this particular bookshop. It is an independent secondhand bookstore and has a wide and weird range of books, which is good. I love weird books. It was a very small, cramped space. It had like a small staircase. We went up, and literally every corner of that small space was full of books. I think there's a resident cat of the bookshop as well. The ambience, the atmosphere is so unique. The shop smells of old paper and is located in this small alleyway, so like very historic and vibey ambient place. I absolutely loved visiting this bookshop. I did not end up spending a lot of time there because I was running out of time. It was like a small bookshop, so there were like a few other people there as well, especially on the ground floor, so it was two-storied. I did browse a lot on the upper section, which was a lot more children's books, but definitely such a weird, cozy bookshop must visit if you're visiting Cambridge. So the third bookshop which I visited was G Booksellers. This is close to the Haunted Bookshop, so it wouldn't take you a while to hop from one to the next. This is also an independent bookstore, and it had like a wide selection of secondhand and rare books. It has been in Cambridge since 1896, so it's been there for a while. It has been like a generational bookstore, so it has stayed in the family, so like the grandfather, father, son, they've all been the owners of the bookshop. So the bookshop has a very unique interior, and I loved browsing here as well. When I went into the bookshop, they were about to close, so I was like literally quickly browsing through and just filming as I was going. But I really loved the collection of vintage posters they had. They were like bookish posters and stuff. There was a lot of unique like vintagey stuff there apart from books. Obviously there were like lots of books as well, but what made it stand apart was the other stuff this bookshop had, and also the interior. The shop was like small rooms all full of different books. You had to go down the stairs and come up, and it was like the whole thing was just like really cool and like surreal but awesome. So the last bookshop which I visited in Cambridge was the Heifer's Bookshop. This is another old bookstore in the city of Cambridge. It dates back to almost 140 years. It has been in Cambridge for a while. It's opposite to the Trinity College, and this place is massive. It was really crowded when I went in there, like lots and lots of people browsing through books, and I really loved this one. They had like old vintage sofas thrown here and there, so people were just sitting and reading and just chatting. This place was like a whole other vibe. I absolutely loved it. The collection of books was also amazing. The way the bookstore was set up was quite unique as well. It also had like some stationery, but I think that the best thing about the bookstore was like the old rusty sofas everywhere, especially I think in the basement. They had them, and like people and kids were just sitting over them, lounging, reading. It was amazing. There was a collection of antique books, secondhand books there as well. And I remember I saw this old man sitting there browsing through them, and I was like, that looks so good. Like he was just so peacefully sitting on one of those old sofas and just browsing through that secondhand like hardcover books. I loved that place. Like it was a great one. If I had to pick a favorite bookshop out of these four, I think I will go with Heifer's, because it was just such a unique place. And then if I have to pick a bookshop out of these four, when it comes to like the most varied and wide collection of books, then I think it would be the Waterstones in Cambridge. It was like so amazing. It had such a vast collection of books and so nicely organized. It also had like these big long windows from which you could see the street down below, which is like so cool. Cambridge was a fun city to visit. I have visited Oxford and Cambridge now. I think I want to visit Bath next and see which bookshops I can find over there. If there are any other places with amazing bookshops in the UK, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to visit. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, then please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it already. And I will see you all in my next video very, very soon. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.